I need you to understand something very strongly. Satan knows where you've been in the past. He knows where you are right now. But more than that, he knows where you're heading. So does God. I'm trying to make a point. If Satan knows the power of what you're operating in, he will very easily bring confusion, hatred, bitterness, greed, and even those that say they love you to come against you and attack you. Why? Because if I've got her, hold this water for just a minute. If I've got her so preoccupied with this water, where is her mind at? Her mind's on the water. Thank you, sweetie. Her mind's on the water. Her mind is not at that moment in a spiritual battle of making breakthrough and kicking against the works of the enemy, or even they're not being worried about the past or the present, but being in one accord with God to know that He's not worried about your past. He's not so much worried about where you are now, but He is so infused with where you're going that He says, why are you waiting for me? I'm waiting for you. Because He's not in the past anymore. He's forgotten. It's as far as the east is from the west. He is not in your present because He's already fixed the present. He's already in your future. That is why He's waiting for you while you're sitting, moping around waiting for Him. And it's time that we get to that place that we do not allow Satan to get us preoccupied with things. And I'm guilty. I'm very guilty. I'm 30,000 billion times guilty. I can get very preoccupied with things. I can get hurt very easy. I can get emotionally stepped on very easy. And that's the part of the prophetic. We're strange, but we're also very emotional. Very emotional. And we get overridden very easy. Now let me leave you with this. If Satan knows he cannot break you or change you from your calling, what's the next best thing for him to do? Distract. And if he cannot distract you, what's he going to do? If he cannot stop you from what he's doing or from what you're doing, he'll start pushing you. He'll get you so preoccupied and so busy with being busy that you won't realize that while being busy with what you're being busy with, that God's anointing has left your moment in time. Let me explain what I'm saying. Recently, I had gone to the hospital and I died. In the one night, I died 3 times. And in that season of time, literally, I saw Jesus come in. And maybe one night I'll explain the whole thing. And I still saw the holes in His hands. And I was very concerned within my spirit. Why does He still have holes in His hands? He's the healer. I mean, come on, why would He have holes in His hands if He can heal Himself? If He can heal you, if He can heal me, why does He still have holes in His hands? And He told me, He says, my daughter, there is 2 purposes for these holes in my hands. He says, while I intercede for you before the throne room of God, He says, I have those hands up. And the glory of my Father's presence shines through the holes in my hands and comes right through to shine on the situation at where you're at. And I say, God, what are you saying? What are you showing me? What are you saying? And He says, my daughter, but as I shine the glory of my presence through at that moment in time on that spot where you're at, that is also my moment of my purpose within my glory for you. And He says many times you get so busy and so preoccupied that you step out of that season and place. And it's just that moment that His protection. I need you to hear me. That's the moment in time that His protection has to step back for us. He did not step away. Who stepped away? We did. We did. And that is why I'm saying, when Satan cannot stop you, when you have stepped out of that moment in time, God has to wait for you to come back to Him, to step back into that moment in time. For those that are intercessors know what I'm talking about. I'm a walker. I don't sit and pray. I don't kneel and pray. I walk. It's because of the warfare within me I walk. And there's seasons in time that I pray, and literally I can feel when I step out of that circle of the power of His anointing. And I can step back in and go, whoa, there's just something right in this, right at this moment in time. There is a supernatural anointing, a certain place and time. Many times when you are in that perfect place that God needs you to be, He will send somebody that Satan will preoccupy your mind, to take you away from that circle of God's season and moment in time for you. He does not play games. I started out saying Satan knows who you are. Do you know who you are? Do you know the strength of your glory? Do you know the strength of the power you carry? Do you know how to encounter the seasons of darkness and break the forces of darkness against you? Do you know when you're in His presence? And do you know the moments when you step out? There were a few times this week, I know. I don't have to pray, I don't need a word. I know that I was under attack. I stepped out. And I had to have somebody like Gary that loved me enough, that had to look in to tell me I need to step back in. Many times you don't realize, but the selection of who you walk with on your way to your breakthrough is very important. If you walk with the wrong person by your side that does not believe in who you are, where you come from, and what it has cost you to be where you are, many times you've got to walk back out and tell them goodbye to walk back in. There is no man, there is no woman, there is no child, there is no situation, there is no friendship that is worth you losing God's. Oh. I'm talking to somebody, and if I'm not, I'm talking to myself. Nothing is worth losing God's anointing, God's power, and that moment in time where His anointing is for anybody out there. And I had to realize that myself. Be very selective of who walks with you.